Marvel Studios dropped a major bombshell at this year's San Diego Comic-Con when they revealed their lineup for Phase 4 of the MCU. But we here at CBR already have our sights set on the future, as we ask ourselves what comes next after the Infinity Saga. Well, we think that something massive will go down in Phase 5. And it will change the MCU forever! Okay, that might sound a bit dramatic, but we got some theories, boys and girls. We think that Phase 5 will finally give us a full-blown multiverse crossover event with heroes and villains from different universes clashing with each other, setting up the next epic Avengers movie, which might very well be Secret Wars. Marvel Studios has been hinting at the multiverse quite a lot recently, and fans heard the word in Spider-Man Far From Home as Mysterio claimed to be from Earth 833, making it clear that a multiverse does exist in the MCU. But as we all know, Mysterio's a big fat phony with a fishbowl on his head. That being said, this wasn't the first time the multiverse was hinted at in the MCU, as 2016's Doctor Strange confirmed its existence when the Ancient One sent Stephen Strange to one trippy ride through the vast multiverse. Following the recent Comic-Con, we now know that Wizard Cumberbatch 2 will be called Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And that means we'll see a lot more of the multiverse, but it'll probably focus more on mystical realms and not actual parallel Earths. But who knows? It was confirmed that Scarlet Witch will be in the film, so it's always possible that Wanda will go all House of M and change the MCU forever. While that is certainly a possibility, we think that there will be a movie in Phase 5 that will lead to a full-blown multiverse crossover event. But before we explain our theory, let's talk about the Marvel Multiverse and what it could mean for the MCU. One of the great things about the multiverse in Marvel Comics is the endless possibilities and stories that it creates. In the comics, there are multiple Earths and universes that parallel to the main reality known as Earth 616. With the multiverse as a plot device, we were able to explore many other universes, such as Earth 1610, which is the ultimate Marvel universe. This alternate Earth allowed Marvel to reimagine many of their established characters and take a very different approach with their origins and stories. Ultimate Marvel was actually how Miles Morales came to be, since he was the Spider-Man of another universe. The multiverse allowed Marvel to tell stories like the Spider-Verse, Old Man Logan, Marvel Zombies, and much more. And of course, let's not forget Earth 199999, which is the Earth where the Marvel Cinematic Universe is taking place. Okay, Marvel, no offense, but we really need to change that Earth's name to something shorter. All those nines make us think we're in that Hitler Reacts video. 99999! The multiverse has been playing a huge role in recent years in the comics, especially in 2015's Secret Wars storyline. It was a massive crossover event where different Earths across the multiverse collided with each other, creating an epic crossover event that was the culmination of years of storytelling. And what do you know, Joe and Anthony Russo have been talking a lot about Secret Wars recently. The director brothers have expressed their desire to do a big screen adaptation of the Secret Wars storyline. And considering their success with all the Marvel movies they directed so far, we have no doubt that there are already plans in motion to make a Secret Wars movie. There are actually two different versions of Secret Wars in the comics. The original version, and the more popular of the two, was published in 1984, and the second one was published in 2015. While the two versions have a whole lot of similarities, they're very different, with the 2015 one dealing with the multiverse. Although the Russo brothers said that the 1984 version was their favorite story growing up, we wouldn't be too surprised if the MCU's Secret Wars will be a combination of the two versions of the story. Post-Endgame, you gotta wonder what comes next after saving the whole universe, and saving the multiverse does raise the stakes quite a bit. But before we get to saving the multiverse, we need to first establish it, and we think the Fantastic Four are the key to all of it. Ever since Disney acquired 20th Century Fox, fans have been impatiently waiting for the Fantastic Four and the X-Men to make their debut in the MCU. The big question is, what's the best way to introduce this many characters without breaking the MCU continuity? Sure, the Fantastic Four are easier to introduce since there are only 4 of them, but when it comes to the X-Men, you can't just say that mutants were always around, hiding behind that big old tree over there. And if we're being honest, it would be a bit lazy if mutants just suddenly popped up in the MCU after being absent for so many years. What could be a good solution for that? Well, the multiverse, of course. What if the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, and other characters don't actually exist in Earth 199999? But instead, all of those heroes and villains will come from a different Earth in Phase 5. Think about it. What better way to expand the MCU than to reveal that there's a whole other Earth out there with its own stories and history? One of the best things in the MCU is the crossovers, like Captain America meeting Iron Man, the Avengers assembling for the first time and later meeting other heroes and teams. That is one of the big selling points of the shared universe, and a crossover of two different Earths sounds like a natural next step. The Quantum Realm played a massive role in Avengers Endgame, as it was used to travel through time, and considering the importance of the Quantum Realm so far, we think we'll be seeing more of it in the years to come, especially now that it's no longer exclusive to Ant-Man. Seriously, are they even going to do another Ant-Man movie at this point? Hank Pym described the realm as a place where time and space are irrelevant. Well, we saw the time part come into play in Endgame, and it's possible that the space part means that the Quantum Realm could be used to travel between different universes. Now that other heroes can use the realm, it's possible that the Fantastic Four will be able to use it to travel to the main MCU Earth. Mr. Fantastic is considered to be the smartest person in the Marvel Comics, and he's no stranger to the multiverse. In fact, at one point, multiple versions of Richards from different Earths came together to form the Interdimensional Council of Reeds. This council united inside the multiverse and worked to make it a better place, but not without some comic book drama, of course. Not only that, but Mr. Fantastic played a crucial role in 2015's Secret Wars storyline. But long before any of that happened, Mr. Fantastic had a major discovery when he found a new dimension known as the Negative Zone, which was visited often by the Fantastic Four, and it's actually where the powerful villain Annihilus comes from. The Negative Zone is actually a universe by itself, kinda like the Quantum Realm. Many fans have been speculating that there's a connection between the Fantastic Four and the Quantum Realm ever since Ant-Man and the Wasp came out. Some even suggested that the Fantastic Four are trapped inside the realm, and they'll get their powers from it, just like Janet Van Dyne got abilities following her return from the realm. That being said, we'd prefer the MCU to keep the more classic origin story of the Fantastic Four, since too many changes to the comics can alienate fans. The Avengers have been using the Quantum Realm a lot in Endgame, and it's possible that all the time traveling in the movie sent some type of beacon through the realm. A beacon that the Fantastic Four might follow from their side of the dimension. After all, when traveling into the Quantum Realm, you enter a different universe. So it makes sense for the realm to be a type of crossroads between different Earths. In the comics, the Negative Zone was actually used a few times to travel between universes, and with that logic, it makes sense if aspects of the Negative Zone will be combined with the Quantum Realm. Marvel Studios tends to always adjust stories and characters from the comics to fit their own stories better, and things can get super convoluted when it comes to the multiverse. That being said, for all we know, the Negative Zone will still come into play, so it's possible that the two will stay separate in the MCU, because with good writing, you can explain anything. Let's imagine this. There's another Earth out there in the multiverse that's very similar to Earth 199999. Maybe something like the Ultimate Marvel universe in the comics. And in that Earth, mutants have been around for a long time, meaning the X-Men are already established. There are also different versions of the heroes that we know from the main MCU universe. Maybe on this Earth, Tony Stark never became Iron Man, and Captain America was never recovered from the ice. Of course, it's also possible that Miles Morales is Spider-Man on this parallel Earth, and Peter Parker is dead. Lastly, on this Earth, the Avengers were never assembled, and it's the Fantastic Four who are Earth's mightiest heroes. Following the discovery of another Earth, the MCU will literally change forever, and nothing will be the same. And since heroes usually tend to fight the first time they meet, we'll probably see the Avengers clash against the Fantastic Four, maybe even including the X-Men. Avengers vs. X-Men confirmed? Will we finally see Hulk vs. Wolverine? A live-action version of the Spider-Man pointing at another Spider-Man meme? Oh man, just think about all the possibilities. The Fantastic Four hold a special place in the hearts of Marvel fans, and setting them up as the key to the multiverse will not only make them major players in Phase 5 and beyond, but it will also wash away all the stench of the previous Fantastic Four movies.
That's gross.
With the multiverse established in Phase 5, Marvel Studios can then turn their sights to Phase 6, where we could see a movie version of Secret Wars. It's possible that, like in the comics, we'll see heroes and villains from different universes clash on Battleworld as the multiverse begins to collapse upon itself. We could see Doctor Doom show up and become God Emperor Doom. And who knows, maybe Galactus will be the force attempting to destroy the multiverse. And heroes from different universes will end up teaming together to save the entire multiverse from the Devourer of Worlds. A Secret Wars movie directed by the Russo bros might not only be bigger, but actually better than Infinity War and Endgame combined. The multiverse has so much potential, and it can allow Marvel Studios to tell some amazing stories in the years to come. Make it happen, Feige! Well, what do you think about all of this? How do you think the Fantastic Four and the X-Men should join the MCU? Do you want to see a Secret Wars movie? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, show us some love by leaving a like and subscribing to CBR. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.